I just... The cap went flying, so I'm just gonna leave it over there. Okay, I should have probably sat myself correctly before I started filming this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought that I would do my top 5 favorite foundations. And so I figured that I would show you guys my top favorite foundations. Kind of at the moment, you guys for the most part know me and know that once I find something that I like, I don't really change it up. However, one thing that I love testing out are complexion products. I don't really care as much for like eyeshadows or eye products or anything like that, but foundations, concealers, like powders and bronzers are like my favorite thing to test out. So I do constantly try new foundations. It's slowed down a lot because 1, I no longer work at Sephora, and 2, I don't really have the time before that I had before. But now that we're stuck in the house, I will be trying all of my stuff. So I just figured I'd give you guys a rundown of the 5 that I use and trust and know that no matter where I go, whether I'm inside or outside, whether it's summer or winter, are gonna look good on my skin. So first I'm gonna start off with something that's more of like a tinted moisturizer sort of thing, and it's the Lancome Skin Feels Good Hydrating Skin Tint Healthy Glow, and this has hyaluronic acid, vegetable glycerin, and moringa seed extract, and it's paraben free and it's oil free. So this is what the product looks like. I am almost out of it, and I love it so much. This is, I was gonna put like a pump on my hand, but I'm not trying to waste my product. This is pretty much a your skin but better type of product. I love using this when I want something on my face and I do want to put on like concealer and bronzer and stuff, but I don't want like a full thing, like kind of like what I have going on today. But this looks so pretty on the skin that I am still able to get away with it with adding like a full glam sort of thing. Like if I just want something really natural, really pretty, something nice and glowy and hydrating on my face, this is what I'll use. I have the color 04N Sand, and I mean, it's pretty perfect. It matches me pretty well, especially right now because I'm tan. You can see this is like my exact color. And this does have SPF 23 in it, so I would not recommend this if you are trying to take photos. This is more of like a daily, like if you're going to a theme park and you want like a little bit of coverage. Doesn't have much coverage at all. It's very natural, but I like that, 1 for day-to-day use, and 2 for days that I do want something, but I don't want anything too heavy, too much coverage, too matte, too anything like that. So Skin Feels Good from Lancome, one of my faves. Another product that I have from Lancome is something that you guys have heard me talk about so many times, and it's the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation, and it has SPF 15, and this one is transfer resistant. It has SPF in it, and it's a 24-hour wear. And I agree with all of those claims so much. I use the color 420 Bisque Neutral, and this is what the foundation looks like right here. It does have a pump. It's a frosted glass bottle. This foundation does darken like as soon as you put it on. It's not something that starts to darken as it's wearing. Right when you put it on, you will notice it will become its true color. But this foundation wears like magic. The longer that it's on your skin, the better that it looks. It is matte, but it's a natural matte foundation, so it isn't super drying. A lot of you guys know I have dry skin, so something really matte just does not work for me. However, I do like a matte foundation. I just have to be like in the natural matte or like satin sort of finishes for it to work out for me. The wear of this foundation is incredible. The first time that I ever wore this foundation, I remember the day that I wore it, and it was for Christmas Eve like 5 years ago. Like 4 or 5 years ago, and I put it on going to work. I had to work on Christmas Eve, so I put it on, and I didn't get out of work until midnight, and then I went to my family's house, and I ended up having this foundation on, and it just wore so well. I was doing makeup pretty much that whole day, and then I literally changed and went straight to my family's house, and then we partied until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I loved the way my foundation looked, and that was kind of it for me. Like I put it on, and I was like, okay, this foundation is perfect. I've had 2 different colors. I think I have another color like in my drawers. But this color is like my perfect, you can see my perfect shade. I love their shade range as well because their shades don't go orange. Their warm tones are warm. They're not orange, and their neutrals, like this is a neutral. And the neutral is perfect for me, especially when I'm like the color that I am right now, because you can see I have a good amount of red in my skin, but I am also like still golden. So this just, it ends up looking perfect. I love it so much. Again, this does have SPF in it. I don't find that I ever get like crazy flashback with it. But that is something to keep in mind if you're trying to wear this for like an event or something like that. It does have SPF. I love this so much. Couldn't recommend it enough. If you want like a full coverage foundation that doesn't look like a thick, heavy, full coverage foundation, this one will do you so good. Next, I have a a drugstore foundation, and this is another one that you guys are not going to be surprised by at all. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Freshwear Foundation. This is the color 485 Golden Sun. This is my third bottle of this foundation, and it just looks like butter on my skin. The most compliments I think I've ever received are, actually I get a lot of compliments when I wear all of these foundations, but this is one that like every time I wear it, no matter what, I get a compliment, whether it's in person, whether it's through like Instagram, whether it's I wear it in a YouTube video, I always get compliments on this foundation. The way that it looks on the skin, the way that it wears, it looks better as it wears as well. The finish is perfect because it looks just like skin. It's like a medium to full coverage, not too full, it's not heavy. It applies like nothing, like you barely have to blend and it's onto your skin, and it just looks so good. And it's like under 12 bucks, I think. I have this foundation in 2 different colors and I love it. This is the only foundation that I took with me to Europe. I just love this foundation. Like, this is a foundation that I will always wear. I also love the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, but I think I like this one more just because of the finish of it. It isn't so matte, it's a little bit more like natural on the skin. Next foundation is one that I have not shut up about within like the last couple of months, and it is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation, and it's a 24-hour wear as well, and this is the color 51NN. I used to have the color 51WY and I ended up throwing it away yesterday because I completely went through the tube of foundation. For me to go through an entire bottle of foundation when I have like maybe 15 foundations is very rare, and for me to spend my money on a foundation when I have that many foundations is also very rare. This foundation, it just looks incredible on the face. It's a medium to full coverage. I'm actually wearing it now, but I do have it mixed with another foundation that I'm going to show you, only because this is like a tiny bit too light for me right now. As my tan fades off, I was in Puerto Rico, so I'm pretty brown, but as my tan fades off, this will literally be perfect for me. It's a perfect undertone. They have a massive shade range, and I love that their shade range goes from cools to neutrals to goldens, and it has greens in there. So if you're an olive skin tone, they have something that's going to cater to you. Foundation is not thick. It has like a nice running consistency. The pigmentation is perfect. It wears so well on the skin. A big thing for me is how a foundation is going to wear, because I do not like touching up. I don't bring powders with me. I don't bring anything with me. I put my foundation on and I'm out. The only thing that I ever retouch is my lip products, because obviously those come off super easily. My foundation, when I put it on, I do not want to have to look in the mirror, touch it up, fix anything. No, that is not, I'm very low maintenance when it comes to my makeup. I put it on once and I don't want to see it ever again. So this just wears so nicely. If you watch like my last 10 videos, I have mentioned this foundation in probably every single one of them. I love it. I love it, and this is definitely like a new staple for me. Like I love it. Now the last foundation that I have is a foundation that got so much like back and forth reviews, and it is the MCgrath Lab Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I have the shade medium 21, and I actually have this mixed with this one because this is just a tiny bit too dark for me right now. It matches my forehead. Like I have it only on my forehead and it's the perfect color, but to here, my neck is very light compared to my body, and I prefer to match this and not this. So once I put everything on, everything ends up balancing out really well. But I mix 1 pump of this with 2 pumps of this, and I love this foundation so much. A lot of people gave it bad reviews because it's not full coverage, and I don't think that it not being full coverage has anything to do with how good the foundation is. It is meant to be a skin looking foundation, so it's like, I would say it's like a medium coverage. It's not super light, but it's not full coverage at all, but it doesn't claim to be full coverage. I do think it's expensive. It is very expensive. I think it's like 60 something or $70. I can't remember exactly, but I really like it. I like it so much that it's in my top 5. That's how you know. And I am picky. I love it because it looks so fresh on the skin. I am not a full coverage type of girl unless I want full coverage, but for every day I like a sheer to medium coverage. I like something that's a natural finish. I don't like anything too matte, and I don't like anything too dewy. I like it right in the middle, and especially because I live in Florida, the humidity here is unlike anywhere else in the world. I don't care if you say New York is more humid. No, it's not. Florida's humidity is more humid than anything ever. It is wet, it's heavy, it's gross, it's muggy, it's sticky. It like suffocates you. It's disgusting. And my face, although I'm dry, I become a grease ball in the summers because there's so much moisture in the air here in the summertime. And so because of that, I like foundations that are really, really lightweight. I don't like anything that's thick. I don't like anything that's heavy. I don't like thick textures. I don't like heavy formulas. I like very, very liquidy and very thin formulas. And this foundation is very liquidy. All the foundations that I have up here are very liquidy, and that's just what I prefer in a foundation. I like my foundation to look very like flawless and smooth and even, but I want people to be like, wait, are you wearing, like, what are you wearing on your face? So yeah, I love it. I think it is totally worth it. Is it expensive? Yes. But do I like it enough that I would purchase it again? Yes, I love it. All right, guys, so that is pretty much everything that I wanted to share with you guys about my top 5 favorite foundations. If there's any other videos that you guys want me to film, please leave them down below. I actually filmed a makeup tutorial thing, not even a tutorial, a get ready with me on this look that I'm wearing. And I am wearing my lip collab with Dame Boss. I am wearing the white set, which comes with Café Haute de Leche lip liner, butter pecan liquid lipstick, and pahpin lip gloss. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. And also this one sleeve, one shoulder shirt is from Brendolyn and Cora. I always get questions on what I'm wearing, so I always like to make sure that I mention it for the end of the video. It is no longer available. It's from last year, but I just thought I'd still mention it. That is everything I have to say, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.